Holy shit. The wealthiest people in the world are parking their money in Bitcoin. Now, of course, this is just my opinion. I'm going to show you a video from the amazing, God rest his soul, Charlie Kirk, where he talks about the wealthiest people in the world are parking their money in Bitcoin. What I loved about Charlie Kirk was his ability to use logic, not hype, not emotion. He was just logic. He stayed calm with facts, figures, numbers, logic. And Altcoin Daily reposted this, and it reminded me how grateful I am to have a logical circuit. I do my investments based on logic, not on price predictions, not on hype, not on bullshit, but what is logically actually happening. So it's time to take conspiracy hat off, put your logical circuit on. I'll show the video first. I'm going to break down my logical circuit and the facts, figures, numbers, logic. And then again, on every video, incessantly, in nauseum, I'm going to repeat to you exactly what I'm doing. I don't care what you do. I hope you do your own research, but this is the era of authenticity. I'm going to share with you exactly what I'm doing so you can come back to my videos and measure my success. Am I going to get it all right? No, but the ones we did, well, we did pretty damn good from 2020 to 2025, freed our family financially. Now we're about to build generational wealth by 2030. So watch the video first, and then I'll come back and share with you my logic and what I'm doing.
The reason why I think we should have a strategic Bitcoin reserve, I know you guys had Michael Saylor on your show, and I think he's onto something. There is something called like the mass adoption theory, which is over a period of time, like the English language, US dollar, things just catch on and they're just kind of volitional and there's no stopping it. I think Bitcoin is that. You got to watch out though. Quantum computing could potentially crack cryptography.
But if they do that, then they're also cracking bank accounts.
Right.
And stock trading
Yeah,
accounts.
so quantum is the only asterisk on all this. But I think Saylor is onto something very profound, which is that because Bitcoin is a scarce, legitimately scarce resource, that it's probably going to go nowhere but up. So Saylor makes a very provocative argument that Bitcoin could go up 10x over the next 10 years or something like that, which therefore if we start a Bitcoin strategic reserve, it could pay for the national debt and basically cover our losses on the deficit. But I think that I think the United States government should be invested in crypto without a doubt.
I tend to agree with Michael Saylor that it's more likely to go to 1 million than zero.
Yes, I think that's right. And by the way, so you have a problem with the world's richest people. They don't know where to put their money. So there's only so many penthouses in London and Paris that they could buy. There's only so many ranches in Wyoming that they could buy. And so we've had this problem. So you create all this money, the money goes upwards to wealth inequality point. To your earlier point, the question is then, well, what do rich people do with money? There's only so many equities they can buy. There's only so many shares in NVIDIA and Apple and Microsoft that they could justify. Well, money needs to find a home, and it's found a home in Bitcoin. And so once it has mass adoption, and literally the wealthiest families on the planet are starting to park serious monies in Bitcoin.
Families in the world are parking their money in Bitcoin. Okay, so let's verify that. So I want you to go look up Bitcoin treasury companies. There was zero by 2020. Michael Saylor was the first. He took MicroStrategies, turned it into Strategy B. He was the first to start a Bitcoin treasury. Now there's hundreds of Bitcoin treasuries. Michael Saylor is the #1 Bitcoin treasury with over 700,000 Bitcoin. It's key to understand that Strategy B, BlackRock, is the #3 holder in Strategy B. Vanguard is in the top 3 holders in Strategy B, the largest Bitcoin company in the world. BlackRock is the #2 holder in Bitcoin through its IBIT BlackRock ETF. Bitcoin. He told you it was a fraud up until 2023. He changed his mind. Now he's the #2 holder outside of Satoshi. Logic. So BlackRock, #1. Strategy B, #2. BlackRock is #3 holder in Strategy B. Grayscale's in the top. Then we talk about the President of the United States. Out of billionaires, he's the #1 holder. Trump Media is in the top 15 for Bitcoin treasuries. His son, Eric Trump, is now in the top 16 for Bitcoin treasuries and is the fastest growing Bitcoin treasury in history. He has ABTC, American Bitcoin, a Bitcoin mining company. The #3 treasury on the Bitcoin treasuries is XXI 21 Capital. 21 Capital is connected to Cantor. Cantor is connected to Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary. His son, Brandon Lutnick, now runs the company. BlackRock, Larry Fink, just research, is now basically running the World Economic Forum. We're about to get the Clarity Act, which is going to give banks clarity on how to operate in cryptocurrency rails. It's no longer tinfoil hat, guys. It's here. It's real. And unfortunately, most financial advisors are still sitting on their hands and not researching and doing their fiduciary responsibility and finding out what the future monetary system is going to be. I told you guys after February 20th, 2026, we're moving into a brand new paradigm. We ended a 36-year cycle from centralization to decentralization, where you become the bank. So what you're experiencing, this delay in the Clarity Act, is not some big battle between crypto and the traditional financial system. It's a traditional financial system and the crypto ecosystem blending together to make sure that they can still profit. The Trojan horse is coming in. We thought we were running to decentralization. Bitcoin Conference 2023, everybody was anti-government, anti-establishment. And then by 2024, they're cheering for politicians on stage as Trump runs as a Bitcoin capital of the world and the crypto president. You see how quickly we can move society? Bitcoin's here to stay, crypto's here to stay. So here's how I've navigated it. Do you, but I'm gonna share with you my my exact portfolio. I consolidate out of 17 cryptos. I'm gonna give you a big warning. These assholes out there, I'm gonna call them assholes. You'll see them, oh, Trump's about to make you a millionaire on this date, the oil deal, blah, blah, blah. These are fucking scammers. It's gross. Stop following this stuff. Anybody promoting meme coins, these off-brand tokens, run as fast as you can. The big money is consolidating into the top 4. Don't chase hype. Don't chase hopium. Those people are being paid to promote that. Be very careful. If you want to get rich quick or gamble, go to the casino, buy a lottery ticket. So I consolidated 17 cryptos up into my top 4. I'm not telling you what to do. This is what I did. You're seeing the elites are starting to consolidate into the top. So for me, my top 4 are XRP, 43% of my portfolio. Bitcoin is 40% of my portfolio. WLFI, that's my most speculative investment, but it's 4% of my portfolio. We have Solana is 3.7. I only have 7 cryptos now. To round it out, it's HBAR, XLM, and VeChain. Those drop off significantly in percentages. So the main part of my portfolio is XRP and Bitcoin. My stock side, XXI and American Bitcoin, ABTC. I hold a lot of cash value life insurance. That is my protection. Silver, precious metals. I like Berkshire. What I do is I'm not married to these cryptos. Only one I'm not selling is Bitcoin. That's my stability. Insurance is my stability. You need defense and offense. I'm not married to any of these cryptos, these altcoins. When they profit, I pull profits and I stuff it into stability because markets never always go up. So use logic, guys. It's time to start studying this stuff. It's time to ask yourself, do you really believe in the next 10 years, the monetary system is going to look the same? My son has a 3D printer. I haven't bought him a toy in 3 months. He literally comes out of his room with toys. And you think we're going to be using the dollar or cash in the next 10 to 15 years? 2020 was a wake-up call, a worldwide wake-up call. You need a shock to the system to change consumer behaviors. Problem, reaction, solution. The person who creates a problem creates a reaction. The people is the same people that come up with a solution. So you can be distracted all day. The Trojan horse is coming in, guys. You're drunk in the Coliseum. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Do you? Love to hear your top 4. But I'm going to keep rolling and I'm going to keep repeating and I'm going to keep telling you the exact same thing because that's how winning is done. Study the bamboo farmer. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. It's coming.